Hello, and welcome back to Two Dudes with the Podcast, now with 50% less dude. So, hi, I'm Jeffrey. Obviously, as you can see, Dylan is not here today. But, I wanted to continue a weekly trend of podcasts and have this be the second week. I really hope this is a weekly thing, because if I mess that up, then I'm just gonna look like an idiot. Alright, well, it's a laid-back Sunday today. But, yeah. Just gonna start podcasting. Alright, so I really like doing a podcast with two people, because you can play ideas and jokes off of each other. But if it's only one person, then I'd actually have to sound way more animated and stuff, because if I'm not animated, my voice gets all deep and raspy. Yeah, but with one person on the mic, there is certainly better audio, because, like, earlier you can hear me. Alright, you can probably still hear me, but you can hear everything. But since it's focused on one place, it's nope. Okay, I really kind of wanted that to transition smoothly. So that was just the beginning of the Ocarina of Time theme song, because this is going to be a Zelda-cast, because I have nothing else to talk about. So what you're hearing right now is the Legend of Zelda 30th Anniversary Orchestra. Now, I have this on CD because it came with my copy of Skyward Sword. And Skyward Sword is a good game. Well, it would be a good game, actually. No. Alright, I'm lying. It's a bad game. Good principle and good storyline, I guess. But the controls... Ooh. They're not responsive. But you probably don't care. Oh god. This is way harder than I thought it would be. Okay. So, when I started the podcast, with the intro and piano, it was the Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time opening theme. And so, Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time is the only Zelda game I've ever finished in... Nope, not even in its entirety. There's so many side quests in every Zelda game that I have not finished it. So... So, Ocarina of Time. To me, I found it to be like a relatively easy game. Well, not like, I wouldn't say easy in a gameplay sense, just easier controls, because with the N64 version, you had to pause, select an item, or bring it to the C slot, unpause, and then you can use that item. But with the 3DS version, the remastered version that I and Dylan have, all you have to do, the menu is in the bottom screen, so all you have to do is drag something to a slot and then you can use it. So while playing Ocarina of Time, I didn't really have any rage moments other than the entire Adult Link Fire Temple, because that is an atrocity. I hated it. Not even because it was hard, it's just I didn't understand how to do it. Stuff like that. This is probably going to be a very short podcast, because I'm realizing right now I do not have that much to talk about. Wow. Okay. Alright, you know, while I'm talking, I'm going to try and recruit some guests. Okay, so, the game that comes directly after Ocarina of Time in the timeline is Majora's Mask. And by far, to me, it's not the hardest Zelda game I've ever played, but I have mixed feelings about this game because, like, on one hand, it's a Legend of Zelda game, and I love, like, the series, or the franchise and stuff, because it's evolved in its own way, in a sort of sense. Like, in the beginning, it was, like, the hand-holdiest game. Like, it told you where to go, told you to do this, but there was still some secrets to find. In the new Breath of the Wild, it basically just, it just plops you straight in, be like, here, figure it out yourself. And so it gives the player a sense of wonder, and like you're immersed in this mystical world where you can make the choice and you can do anything. Well, that's just in Breath of the Wild though, because in the other Zelda games, it's you're the good guy, you can't do bad. Now, I haven't played Breath of the Wild, but I'm getting that it's just Skyrim meets Zelda, which is awesome to me. So, back to Majora's Mask. I've had my ups and downs because, yeah, I love it, and it's a Zelda game, but kind of like Breath of the Wild, it just doesn't tell you what to do, at least in my sense, because there's just Tael, the little fairy, in that game. It's just, oh wow, go to the west. Then you go to the west and look for the Zora Temple, and you get sidetracked because there's 18 possible routes, and you don't know which route to take, so you end up going back and forth, and back and forth. And you're like, oops, I just wasted my whole 3 days. So I just time travel back to the beginning and do that same thing again. Or I find the temple, but then realize when it says dawn of the third day that I forgot to play the song. Makes time go slower and gives me more time. So that's a little upsetting to me. That and the fact that for I don't know how many weeks, but weeks, I have played the Snowhead Temple so many times that I completed it before half of the first day was done. I completed it, and then I'm like, ooh, let me go save my stuff and then time travel back to the beginning. And so it reverted my save, so it wasn't spring anymore, because in Snowhead you have to clear out all the snow. So I restarted without thinking, oh, I can upgrade my sword. So I had to go and beat the boss again, which is a fairly easy boss for a tempo as difficult as that. But yeah, so I beat the boss again, everything was spring, and then it takes you a whole 3-day cycle to get you the sword. So at first, it starts out as a razor sword, but you can only use that for 100 hits. Now if you go and blow up the rock guarding the Goron Raceway with, I don't know what it's called, like some gunpowder thing, but yeah, you get it from a big Goron, you just blow it up, and yeah, you get your gold dust, make it last forever. So that was fun, kinda useless, but fun. And in every Zelda game, there is so much hidden item. There are so many hidden items. Like, in Majora's Mask alone, there's like 80 stray fairies per temple. And I don't have time to go look for all 86 stray fairies to get a magic meter upgrade, because I just want to get the game done and have it be done. Ugh. Wow, do you hear that? is an orchestra. It was released in the same disc as Skyward Sword. Wow. So I have tried to contact Dylan, the other dude with a podcast, into joining, but since he is not at my house currently, it's a little difficult. I tried to Discord him, but that doesn't seem to be working as planned because he just didn't answer. So, yeah, it's a thing. But, yeah. So my favorite Zelda game, by far, is Twilight Princess. Because I like the graphics of Twilight Princess, because it looks the most realistic to me. I like that Link can turn into a wolf. That's pretty cool. Because in what other Zelda game can you turn into a wolf? Yeah, I don't think either of them. Didn't think so, is what I meant to say, but then I screwed it up. Also, I just realized that I'm stupid. This isn't the 30th anniversary. This is the 25th anniversary. Wow. This is the 25th anniversary orchestra. But no, it would be the 30th. Because 25th anniversary was 2011, and it is 2018, which means... sorry, I'm back. Yeah. Be the 30... I don't want to sound stupid. Oh no. Why can't I do simple math? Yeah, 32 years of Legend of Zelda. Which is... oh my gosh. It's a long time. Alright. Well, this is probably going to be a more... I can't turn the gain down. Alright. More up close and personal with me podcast, and hopefully for the people who hate it, which probably me personally, because I'm not used to having my own improv comedy. I'm used to playing off Dylan, because I've known Dylan for so long. And, yeah, he knows when to shoot my jokes down and when to help me when I'm struggling, like right now. Yeah. So, one day I hope to, get a better setup besides one microphone, one laptop, and just this still picture, and not have it on just YouTube. But yeah, that's just a thought or focus. I don't know. It's 9 o'clock at night. If you're watching this after I'm done live streaming it. Alright, so I know this isn't Zelda related, but live streaming. The reason why I myself live stream all of these is because it's easier than taking a video, editing it, and uploading it. And the only reason I don't do that is, it just saves more time. So, I'm going to be scouring the internet to, just look for some cool topics to talk about. Oh, I got one that I just completely made up myself. My least favorite Zelda game. My least favorite Zelda game has gotta be... what's it called? Link to the Past. With a little pink-haired Link. Because... oh, pardon me. I'm so sorry. Pardon me. Little pink-haired Link, because it's not... no, it's a lie. It's just the game itself. There's one room in the Is it first temple? Or when it might be somewhere else. But when you're trying to get the little red amulet, that's what I got first. But when you're trying to get the little red amulet, there's just that one room filled with cannonballs. Cannonballs, like, just covering the walls. And it is a maze to try and get through there. And that's not even the worst part. The worst part is just dying and backtracking. In that game, 90% of my time was spent backtracking. And then I didn't even finish it. What happened was, the only time I've ever done this with a game, I have gotten so fed up with the backtracking. I said, next time I die and I have to backtrack an hour to get somewhere, I'm gonna pick up I'm gonna pull the cartridge out of the Retron, which is a machine I have which lets me play old games. Like, I have the physical Link to the Past. I mean, I had it. I mean, it's kind of broken now, but I'm gonna pick up the cartridge and slam it on the floor. And then I died. So I picked up the cartridge, slammed it on the floor, and it broke in two. The little motherboard thing is fine, just the casing for it broke in two. And now I have no way to put it back in the Retron. Which, it sucks. But I was at my wit's end. And dear God, did it feel good for those 30 seconds. And then it hit me like, oh God, what did I do? Because that was the only enjoyable game I had on the Retron. And the only game I was looking forward to. But I have other games, like I have Mortal Kombat 3 that I play with my family, Sonic 2, I have Harry Potter for the Game Boy Advance, I have Over the Hedge for Game Boy Advance, Incredibles Rise of the Underminer, if anyone remembers that game, I have that, and one more, I have Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3, maybe. I'm so sorry. For Game Boy Advance. So, that's a thing. Yeah, I just. Oh no. I was gonna say, what happened to my music? That's pretty much the only interesting part of this podcast so far. It's really, honestly and truthfully, keeping me going. Okay. So, because I am not doing well on my own, I think, and I'm kind of just rambling, I am going to read something that... Alright, so remember in the last episode where I was talking about Morgan, Dylan's girlfriend? I'm gonna be reading stuff that she likes, that she likes to read. I have pulled up fanfiction.net, and I'm looking at Legend of Zelda fanfiction. Now I'm going to try and find the least inappropriate, because, right here, Whispers of the Forest Sage by McG15, Link and Saria story. Alright, let's check this out. Hello, this is my first fanfic, so I hope it's alright. I hope you continue reading this as I continue updating it. I do not own Legend of Zelda or any character shown. Chapter 1, Growing Up. Actually, instead of this, I wonder if they have any, like, quiet, dramatic. Ooh, here. Relaxing Legend of Zelda piano music. Here we go. There. Okay. Chapter 1. Growing Up. Age 1. Saria, the great Deku Tree said. Are you sure you can manage him by yourself? I'll be fine. I may look younger than I actually am, but it's better me than Mido. He doesn't seem to like Link, Saria said, with the young version of the familiar boy in her arms. I can feel something special about this. Boy, she thought. Fine. By the time he's 8, he'll have his home built, the great Deku Tree said. You may leave. And she did, laughing and humming her song. Oh boy, something tells me I'm gonna have to let her leave with... Oh, dang it, man, this is hard to read. Sorry. Oh boy, something tells me I'm going to have to let her leave with him. Hopefully she visits me, the great Deku Tree thought. Age 2. Link, give me that back, Saria complained. All he did was blah. I cannot read. All he did was laugh and blow into the wrong holes of her ocarina. I'll make you one if you give it to me, Saria tried to convince him. His eyes widened. Gotcha, Saria thought. Alright, so I can't do voices. At least not now. So I'm just gonna read, like a normal person. She'd actually already made him one. His birthday was tomorrow. She knew it was too big for his fingers now, but if he is my real friend, like the Link I had a vision about, he would keep it until, she teared up, until those tears fell more and more. Saria? Link said, sounding concerned. It's okay, Link. I'm okay, she smiled, and wiped her eyes. Wait, did you just say my name? Saria asked. Then she got the biggest grin. His first words, and he was still technically only 2. Even better, it was her name. Hylian babies can talk around 9 months old. Even though Kokiris are 10 times smarter, their first words usually come very late in their life. Link's shyness didn't help either. So I guess that was like the only only word Link's ever said besides yeah and wah. Wow, I am a comedic genius without Dylan. Dylan, if you're listening to this, like live right now, please help me. And if you're not, you're the reason why my music keeps cutting out. And also, it's too late because it's already happened, and this is your fault. You created this monstrosity. All right. Back to the fanfic. Age 3, the next day. Part of Saria was going to want a party for Link, but she knew that Mido would make sure no one comes, either by bribing or lying. Mido was a serious... Saria yelled in her head. She had a better idea anyway. She blindfolded Link and picked him up. Saria was about to walk into the lost woods when a certain someone blocked her way. What do you want, Mido? Saria growled. Where are you going with Link? He's 2, not trying to bum you out, but it's dangerous for him, Mido said in a smirky tone. First of all, I am with him and can't take care of him. Alright. I will leave if I sense any danger, Saria started. Second of all, Link is 3. Fine, but if Link dies, don't expect me to show up at the funeral, Mido had to get the last comment. Oop. Can you shut up? Saria yelled. You're a terrible person, and I think you need to ask Furore what she was thinking when she created you, Jesus. Oh my God. After tormenting Link from jealousy, you wonder why I don't love you and never will. Get it through your thick skull that I hate you. Oh my God. It's a little harsh, don't you think, Saria? Link started sobbing. Saria, Mido was interrupted. He was crying. Don't talk to me, Mido. Don't ever again say a word to me or Link, or I swear to the goddesses I will hurt you. Saria said with a look of disgust on her face. Mido ran, but Saria didn't care. She just tried to calm Link down. She continued into the woods, knowing exactly where to go. She eventually found the spot. There were weaved vines that acted as streamers, and a pin the master sword on Ganondorf's head game, and a table with flowers surrounding a Deku Nut pie, and a beautiful new ocarina. Alright, so, okay. First of all, Saria's mean. Like, jeez. You're a terrible person, and I think you need to ask Furore what she was thinking when she created you. Furore's a god, by the way. And also, what, you wonder why I don't love you and I never will? Get it through your thick skull that I hate you? But hate is underlined and bolded. My goodness, Saria. You are like 4 if Link is 3 today. And you made Mido cry. As much as I don't like Mido and hate him, I hate him, but like still. And also, the pin the master sword on Ganondorf's head. Actually, if you want to go by the lore of Ocarina of Time, where Saria was first introduced, Ganondorf wasn't an evil guy till about Link got put into a coma because he just plopped the master sword, or he plucked the master sword out of the Temple of Time. So Saria is working with Ganondorf, isn't she? She wouldn't know that he's a bad guy yet. She's evil. I mean, yeah, I wouldn't doubt that she's evil with her mean talking to Mido. Alright. Are you ready? Saria asked Link. Link nodded his head and laughed. Saria took off his blindfold. Link was excited, but he noticed one thing. He ran forward and grabbed the ocarina. Saria promised him that she would teach him when his hands were actually fit to properly play. They just spent the day having fun, and eventually, Saria played her song, the That's not Saria's song, isn't it? Nope, that is not. That is Epona's song. I'm a fake fan. Saria's song is Alright. Link did a dance similar to how the bombers do it. While dancing, he also made sure to watch Saria's hands while she played. Oh, that hurt. Let me move closer. And also, what are the bombers? I assume they're talking about the Gorons because that's what you have to do to get Brother the Goron to dance for you, but you have to play Saria song. Whatever. I'm moving the mic closer to my face. Okay. Alright. Okay. Sorry. Okay. After a day of fun, they went back to Saria's house and slept. Well, Saria slept. Link snuck to visit the Great Deku Tree. He sat and practiced Saria's song for memorization. The Great Deku Tree laughed. Saria is doing an amazing job with Link, he thought. After 4 solid hours of practice, Link had played it perfectly. He was going to play it for Saria. He thought she would like it. Link got up and made his way to Saria's house. About halfway through, he saw Mido storming around. He tried to sneak past Mido, but Mido saw him. Link ran as fast as he could, trying to get to Saria's house, but Mido caught up and shoved Link down. Link dropped the ocarina. Mido saw it and picked it up. What are you doing with your ocarina? Mido yelled. He looked at the back and saw an engraving. Link, ellipses. Thank you. It had a Triforce for whatever reason. Saria knew the truth about Link. She was prepared to demand the Great Deku Tree tag along too. Wait, what? No, that's... Alright, she was prepared to demand the great Deku Tree let her tag along too. Why does she like you so much? Mido yelled, like a... Can't say that word. Just because I want to go to college one day. Alright. He threw the ocarina as hard as he could. Luckily for Link, it hit Saria's house. It shattered, but it woke Saria up. Link cried. Oh, Jesus. Mido began kicking Link over and over again. What was that noise? Saria said clumsily, noticing Link was gone. She hopped out of bed. She got a boomerang and quietly opened the door. What she saw was terrible. Link was on the ground, knocked out, with Mido kicking him. She ran up to Mido before he had noticed her. She punched him across the pathway. She then walked up, grabbed him by the shirt, and punched him in the face. She dragged him to the Deku Tree and briefly explained what happened. She then ran back and took Link back home. Link woke up and Saria smiled and said, "I'm glad you're okay." Link began crying and ran to the bathroom. When he closed the door and curled into a ball. He didn't talk again until he was 6. Oh, so that's why. Like, that's how they get the excuse. Alright. Sorry. Link, age 6. Link woke up, dry throat and headache. I don't know why throat was italicized, but whatever. He looked at Saria, and she noticed him and looked sad. After long moments of silence, Saria said something. Link, I know what happened to you on your birthday was terrible, but please tell me what happened. I can try to help. I care about you. You're my best friend. Even though he was only 6. So please, let me help you. Ellipses. Link stood up. That night, Mido took my ocarina and threw it at your house. It shattered. He began beating me and telling me that you were forced to take care of me, and that you hated me. He sat down. I believed him. I thought it was true. I thought you hated me. Link, I would never hate you. I asked to take you. You're my best friend. My only friend, Saria whispered. So that's what woke me up. Mido threw Link's ocarina at my house. Good thing he did, though, or Link could be dead, she shuddered. After Link went to bed that night, Saria went outside to look for the pieces of broken ocarina. She looked for 3 hours before finding them. Hopefully this works, she said as she ran to the great Deku Tree. Alright, so last time we saw Link, he was 3. And, 6. Oh my gosh. Does he, like, ask him every day for 3 years? Or are, like, Hylian or Hyrulean years different? But, this was the, and this, that was the first chapter. Thanks for reading. Update. Let me see how many chapters there are. Oh, there's only 3. Might as well read all 3. Okay. Alright. Here we go. Wait, what the heck? Just a reminder, Link is now 13. Okay. Alright. Oh, dude, this thing was updated 2 hours ago, man. Alright. I did not own Legend of Zelda. Blah, blah, blah. The entire forest was singing along with Link and Saria as they played Saria's song together with their ocarinas. Saria stopped playing, with Link stopping soon after. She looked at Link and smiled, though Link could tell something was bothering her. What's wrong? Link asked, sounding concerned. What do you mean? I'm having fun, Saria replied in a cheerful tone. That doesn't mean you were okay either. I still know you were upset. Saria sighed and stared at Link in the eyes. After a solid 10 seconds, she looked down to find him and fiddled with her thumbs. Wait, what? She looked down and fiddled with her thumbs. Before I tell you, I should show you something. Something I did for us, Saria almost whispered. She began to tear up. She put her ocarina on her lips and played her song, while Link watched closely. Okay, well, uno momento, por favor. 1 minute. If Link is 13 and he just chucked Saria's ocarina and has a pretty cool blue one now, so, Saria, he doesn't like you. He threw your ocarina away. When he was 6, he threw it away, though. Like when he left, he saw tiny little Zelda, and he threw that thing away because Zelda's was blue. He likes her more than you. But, okay. Hello, she said in Link's mind. Link practically jumped, then he seemed to catch on. Saria, you can hear me, Link asked, still in his mind. Yes, she said before breaking the connection. Can I do that too? Link asked. Yes. But how? Link asked. Once again. Link, that's not the problem. The great Deku Tree, she spit out, before starting to cry, is dying. Link looked at Saria as if Saria... Wait, what? Link looked as if Saria had died herself. He went pale. He started to tear up. We can help him. Oh, we can help him. Link asked. No. It's not a question. There was a comment, not a... Alright, whatever. It's not just him, Link. You aren't Kokiri. Wow, just way to dump it on all at once. Jeez. Your father's dying and you were adopted. Yeah. It's not just him, Link. You aren't Kokiri, Saria cried with an ache in her entire body. You look like a Kokiri and have a small amount of Kokiri blood, but you're Hylian. You have a quest. I had a dream that little Kokiri girls and little Hylian boys can play. And I was slowly disappearing. I told you I had to leave and we would always be friends. Saria, Link cried. He ran and hugged Saria. They sat there for a good 10 minutes, hugging, not saying a word. When they broke the hug, Link winced. He wasn't scared. He was scared he wouldn't ever see Saria again. He loved Saria, though. He needed her. Saria, can I sleep at your house tonight? Link asked. He was visibly shaken. Link, of course you can. You've lived there longer than you lived in your own home. Anytime you want, you can come on in, Saria said, smiling with a slight blush. They made their way back to Saria's house and went inside. Saria lay down and started to fall asleep when she saw Link lay down on the ground. He curled up into a ball, still shivering. Saria felt bad, and she knew Link wouldn't take the bed, so she gave him her blanket. This should warm him up, Saria thought. Link covered up with the blanket and tried to go to sleep. Saria rolled over to check on Link and noticed she was still shaking. Saria had a thought of realization. He's not cold. He's scared, that's why he's shivering. Saria felt terrible for telling him all the bad news at once. Yeah, you should. You told him he's adopted and his dad's dying. Also, again, another loophole. If he's 13, then his dad, the Great Deku Tree's already dead. Okay. Link was the first one to know that the Great Deku Tree was dying, because the Great Deku Tree died in front of Link. Right after he got the boomerang, if I'm not, no, right after he got the slingshot, if I'm not mistaken. But whatever. She stood up and walked over to Link and laid down in front of him and cuddled up under the blanket. She placed a soft kiss on his cheek as he dozed off. Link's eyes slowly fluttered open. The first thing he saw was the back of Saria's head because her face was buried in his neck. He smiled and decided to wait for her to wake up because he didn't want to ruin her sleep. He waited there for a moment. When she finally woke up, Link decided to mess with her. He pretended to sleep, and when she stood up, he grabbed her leg and pulled her down. He caught her right before she hit the ground. Goddesses, Link, you're not nice to a girl who let you sleep at her house, Saria said, still surprised. That's not true at all. I caught you. Link laughed. Saria rolled her eyes and laughed. After a few moments, Link asked Saria, if I leave the forest, for whatever quest this is you're talking about, would you travel with me? Saria wasn't surprised. She saw this coming. However, even with that thought, she smiled. Link, I wouldn't stay here without you no matter what, even if I did die when I left. Of course, before we try that, we might want to go to the Deku Tree and ask with me. Link blushed after she said that. Then he blushed even more when he realized that he was still holding Saria in a very suggestive position on top of him. Saria didn't understand why he was blushing so much, but even said they're so red. Could blend in with a mob of red choo-choos if they wanted to. What? Saria rolled off of Link and jumped up. Do you want anything to eat? Saria asked Link. Water, Link said, and then winked. Water's a drink, not a food. Also, what was that about, with your eye? Sorry, questioned Link. I don't know what you're talking about, Link said, while smirking and finding an excuse to leave. I need to use the restroom. Link walked into the restroom and snuck out of the window. He ran over to his house, finally after 10 minutes of silence. Link, what are you doing? She opened the door and saw an open window. Now she knew what he was doing. She got a devilish grin. She had to get revenge, and if anyone could get revenge, it was Saria. This is slowly descending into a. Let me get a drink. Yum. Some cola. Alright. Let's continue. Link was at his table working on a gift for Saria. He had 3 small metal bands, a diamond, and a volcanic rock that Link assumed was from the outside world. He was carving a section out of the rock and made sure it was a perfect fit so the diamond wouldn't fall out. He weaved the metal bands together and carved a spot in the rock so that it would be a good fit and didn't budge. He had looked at it and smiled. Saria would love this. He jumped up and grabbed the note he wrote and ran back to Saria's house. He knew she would leave because he knew she would want revenge. He sat there. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my, oh. Oh, you guys can, alright. He set the ring and the note on her bed and carefully walked back outside. Saria saw him, and he had a whole face of blush. She wondered what he did, so she decided against getting revenge, and after Link went into his house, she went into hers. Saria saw a beautiful ring on her bed with a folded note. The note read, Saria, you've always been there for me, always making me happy. You can cheer me up even when I'm in the worst mood, except for those 3 years where I literally didn't talk. I guess this is my way of thanking you, but I have something else. Meet me in the lost woods at night. Saria smiled and put on the ring. It was pretty close to time, but she had a good hour. She sat on her bed and thought about what else he could give her that would have been better than the ring. Kokiris don't really know what love is. They love their friends as good friends. Or like Saria and Link, they love each other as best friends. But Link is Hylian, however. There's a possibility for him to develop feelings for Saria. But until Saria leaves the forest, of course with the Deku Tree's permission, she can't develop feelings or grow up like Link. Oh my... sinuses. Saria left her house right around the time Link asked to meet her. It just said night. I don't mean to nitpick. She was quiet because everyone else was sleeping. She went into the lost woods, only now realizing she had no clue what path Link took. She followed her instincts and prayed to the goddesses that she didn't get lost. She eventually decided to play her song and ask Link where to go. Where the heck am I supposed to go? This place is called the Lost Woods for a reason, Saria mumbled. Link laughed. Just go with your gut. He then disconnected. What does that mean? Saria asked, annoyed. She turned left, then right, then went straight. Left, right, until she found a boy in green sitting on a log. Hello, Saria, Link shouted, happily. Why do I need to come here? I'm tired, Saria said, while laying down in the grass. Link got up and stood above her. We're going to the Deku Tree. Saria glared at him, even though she wasn't truly mad at Link. Why didn't you ask me to meet you there then, instead of making me go through the woods where people disappear at? Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah. The heck, Link? That would have been boring. Saria stood up without saying a word, and went back the way she came. Link following close behind. Link noticed that she turned towards her house, not the great Deku Tree. She went inside and came out with a slingshot. She slowly took a Deku nut and placed it at the band, pulling back and shooting it at Link's head. Hit him in the forehead. Link got stunned and knocked out. Saria dragged him by the legs to the great Deku Tree. Oh my god, Saria. You're just evil, aren't you? Link slowly opened his eyes to a very happy Saria looking at his forehead. Hope you learned a lesson, Saria laughed. Link stood up. Although he had a major headache, he still told Saria why they came here. Saria, I managed to get something from the great Deku Tree. Ask him what it is. Link, you're gonna wear me down one day, Saria said. Okay, what miraculous stunt did Link pull, Deku Tree? Saria, Link asked me to grant permission for you to leave the forest. I will indeed grant you permission. However, upon leaving the forest, you will begin aging just as Link does. You may also experience new emotions. I could go into details, but I could have Link tell you. Or you'll find out for your own. The Deku Tree winked. I mean, he didn't really in the story, but I just imagined he did. The great Deku Tree was trying to hold back any sign of sadness in his voice. Also, Saria, Link, your fairies will be traveling with you. One day you'll reach a certain point. They return here because you won't need them to follow you along, but for now, they will make sure you can get your way around. Pardon me. What age do they have to leave? Link asked disappointedly, which is weird because no one likes Navi. I like Tael more than Navi just because she has a better personality. Okay. It won't be a certain age that they leave, but a major part in both of your lives that they'll return to me, the great Deku Tree replied. I suppose you two should get going so you can get to Hyrule Castle before night time. Just stay on the path. Try to make it to town before night, or camp on the path. I have tried my best to supply you with the most I could to help you on your journey, but most of the more helpful items will be collected outside of the forest. Link, I will be giving you the Kokiri sword and Deku shield. I'll be giving you both sleeping bags and enough food for you to make it to Hyrule Castle town. I, however, cannot supply you with rupees. Thank you, Saria and Link said at the same time. Goodbye and good luck, the great Deku Tree said, knowing that when they come and visit, he'd be dead. Goodbye. Link and Saria both winced at his words. It wasn't a normal goodbye. He has a tone that made him fill with overwhelming sadness. They both left and headed for the bridge. Where is our stop? Saria asked. Like a robot? What the heck? Probably somewhere around here. Where is Navi and Nori? Link replied. P.S. I picked the name Nori because it seemed to be the most popular upon the question of Saria's very ew. But, no offense. Whatever your name was. Okay. They began walking across the bridge, only to be greeted by what seemed like two floating lights. Hey, Navi, Link said casually. Hi, Link, Navi said ecstatically. Your stuff is at the end of the bridge, Nori said. Okay, thanks, Saria chirped. They collected their bags and began the trip to Hyrule Castle Town. Thanks for reading Chapter 2 Space 3. It was so much fun to write. And I listened to the Ocarina of Time soundtrack whilst writing. Could you say the word whilst? Also, I'm listening to a bunch of Legend of Zelda songs, so I like to believe that as a sage, Saria is alive physically and Link got to do something with her before going into the timeline split. Link had to be able to tell some form of story of her life because of her stained glass and Wind Waker. Oh. I also love Saria's Lake and Breath of the Wild. It made me so happy that she got another reference. Mida has a swamp, though. XD. Alright. I'm pretty sure, yeah, this is the last chapter, isn't it? Wow. I've been doing this for almost an hour at this point. This is easy while I have something to read. Oh, this is a long chapter. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Alright. Sorry, I'm just, whatever. I'm gonna finish this. My butt hurts. I've been sitting on this metal chair for too long. While Link was skipping in excitement as they walked off the bridge into the bright plains of Hyrule Field, Saria was slowly inching her way forward. Link, what if it kills me? Saria asked. What if they wanted me to die so they tricked me? You're the nicest person in the village. You're the nicest person in the village. There's no way they would want to kill you. It seems pretty severe, Link reassured her. Link's words seemed to have a small effect on Saria's attitude. She jogged up to Link and laid her head on his shoulder, like a small hug. After finally walking out of the shade from the trees, Saria lifted her head back up and squinted her eyes. I never expected it to be this bright, Saria practically yelled. Yeah, I was thinking he'd be like the forest, Link said. After taking 5 more steps, Saria passed out. Was it really that bright for her? Was it really that bright for her? Link asked. He picked up Saria because they had to make it by night. He continued walking with the fairies floating a few feet behind them, having a conversation of their own. I'll bet 20 rupees on Link and Saria getting together, Navi whispered. I'll bet 50 that they don't. Saria won't want a Hylian, Nori whispered back. Navi sighed. I don't think you realize that Saria is now Hylian with a little bit of Kokiri blood too. When the great Tree told her she would grow up, he implied that she would be like Link. She's still Kokiri, Nori yelled. Then so is Link, Navi replied, annoyed. My god. I hate Nori. Link kept trudging along the path with Saria in her arms. The more he thought about her, the warmer his body felt. Wink, wink. It took her a full 3 hours to wake up. By the time she felt like walking again, it was dusk, and they could only see the top of Hyrule Castle. Should we get a camp? Should we set up a camp? Saria looked up and asked Link. Link looked down. Sure. Can you even walk? It was only a little light that knocked me out anyways. Link carefully sat her down on the grass. He set down his and Saria's bag and pulled out the sleeping bags. Where's the tent? Navi asked. What's a tent? Link and Saria said at the same time. Navi flew into the bag and Link went over to pull out the thing she was pointing at with her fairy arms. Yeah. It was a bunch of wooden rods and a silky cloth. It took Link about an hour to set it up with Navi's help. Saria pulled the sleeping bags in, and they laid down. By the way, this is a song from Wind Waker, because the 45-minute other Legend of Zelda video, it was over because I've been reading this thing for so long. Navi flew into... Oh, I read that one, yeah. This isn't very comfortable, Saria said. I feel like I'm sleeping on rocks. Link agreed. It's kind of bored. I'm kind of bored. Want to play a game? Sure, what game? Link replied as Saria pulled out a book. Oh, let's play Goron's, Gerudo's, and Zora's. Saria said. What is that? Link asked, confused. I don't know, it says... Wait, what the heck? There's a rulebook for rock, paper, scissors? I don't know, it says you hold out your hand, and on the count of 3, say one of the names. Goron beats Gerudo, Zora beats Goron, Gerudo beats Zora. Saria replied. 1, 2, 3. Gorons, they both said at the same time, and laughed. 1, 2, 3, Zora. Link said, while Saria said Gerudo. And, Gerudo's beat Zora's. So, Saria won. They played that game for about an hour, and Link didn't win one time. He was pouting, while Saria was laughing so hard, she probably kicked down the tent. She practically kicked down the tent. Link, Saria said, and grabbed his hand. I'm sorry I win all the time. Link smirked at her, then pulled her arm down and rolled on top of her. You didn't win that time. They both laughed. Saria felt the same warmness in her body that Link felt before, wink, 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 when she passed out. She didn't know what to do. She pulled Link into a hug. Link was surprised, but he returned it. Saria realized that it was Link that made her feel this way. She liked it. She thought it made her feel safe. Soon after, Link began feeling it too. Neither of them wanted to break the hug, so they fell asleep like that. Saria thought, falling asleep, feeling safe. Saria, thank you. Link said before running. Link, please don't go, Saria cried. He ran at full speed at the horrific creature. He jumped onto the creature's back and stabbed him in the neck with a sword. The creature seemed unpleased by the wound as he picked up Link by the neck. Link kicked and struggled. Then he looked at Saria. I love you. And I'm sorry. He got a few words before the creature struck through Link's entire body with its hand. Ooh, God, he reversed Flash Link, didn't he? I really hope that... Did Ganondorf reverse Flash Link? We'll probably have to keep reading. Link, Saria cried. She wanted to run to him, but she couldn't move. She fell down onto her knees and began crawling towards the creature, towards Link. The last sight of him she had seen before blacking out was the sight of a body. Was this sight of the boy she loved, gargling up blood with a hand through his chest. Saria woke up, heavy breathing, still hugging Link, and silently cried. He's okay, Saria cried. Link slowly woke up, hearing her crying. Even though she didn't think it was that loud, he was okay. She was still crying. It was dark out. There was no way either of them was going to be able to sleep again. Link was fine. What happened to me? Link questioned her in a concerned tone. I had a dream. You died in front of me by the hands of a monster, Saria croaked. Well, don't worry, because there's no monster that can kill me, Link said, trying to reassure her while also complimenting himself. My dude. Saria gave him a slight smile. She decided she was hungry, so she crawled up from the other side of the tent and got one of the Deku scrub pies with a water flask. She sat down in front of Link and laid back on her back, so her back was against his chest. They both ate, then laid down facing each other. Saria moved close to him. while shaking so much she caused a landslide on Death Mountain. I assume that's like... Oh, she could cause a landslide, I'm gonna say. As soon as she cuddled against him, she stopped shaking. The side of her head was resting on his chest. Neither of them slept, they just laid there. Saria, Link said, "Do you feel something new that we didn't feel in the forest?" Yeah, Saria said. Then she blushed. She remembered, I know I said blushed. She remembered that in her dream, Link said he loved her. I think I know what it is. Before she could say what she was thinking, Link leaned in and kissed her. She returned it. They felt like all of their troubles were gone. They felt as if the world stopped with them. When they pulled back, they blushed and looked into each other's eyes. What was that? I don't know. I felt like I was supposed to. I'm sorry, Link said, worried. Don't be shy. Don't be sorry. I felt it too. I think the word is love. I think I love you, Saria said as she hugged him tightly. Nori woke up Navi. They were on the top of the tent, keeping watch. Navi, I owe you 50 rupees. Don't know where to get them, though. What? Really? Navi attempted to whisper. Yeah, but no, I take my leave, Nori said. We haven't even made it into town, Navi replied. Yeah, but this is the important part of Saria's life that I leave on, Nori said. When do I leave? Navi asked, but Nori was gone. Good. I hated Nori. I proclaim I hate a mystical fairy that doesn't exist, and light piano just starts playing. Okay. Saria felt that she blinked and it was morning. She rolled around to see Link was awake, but he looked extremely tired. Did you sleep at all? Saria looked amused. Oh my god. I don't know why, but this song just reminds me of Kingdom Hearts. Alright. No, he said. He sounded annoyed, but he smiled. Why? You need sleep, just like me. Saria looked apologetic. I didn't want you to be worried, so I stayed awake for you. Link was still smiling. He looked pale and had dark patches under his eyes. Saria stood up and then helped Link get up without falling. Saria rolled up the sleeping bags and took down the tent while she hummed her song. Link felt bad for not doing anything, so he played her song while she put the stuff in her bags. Saria was spinning and dancing around Link, and then she took his hat and ran. Link, while still playing her song, ran after her. Saria laughed. Impressive. You don't even have to concentrate to play my song now. I love it that much, Link said, winking at her. I get it now. When you did that at my house, you could have told me, Saria was laughing. Link blushed. He cut her off and spun her, grabbing his hat. She purposely fell into his arms and smiled. She slipped her arms around his neck and gave him a quick kiss. I think that we should get on the road. We should be there by midday. Midday, Saria smiled. The pair picked up their belongings and began on the road. They laughed and sang and danced and skipped and ran and loved. Saria was everything. Link was Saria. Link was everything Saria ever wanted. Link was everything Saria ever needed. The same with Link, but for Saria. They loved each other. They were finally at the bridge to Castletown. They made their way across, and they were continuing... Actually, I spelled continuing, but whatever. They were continuing a conversation from earlier. So do you think that there are people here that can tell us what we should know about the world outside the forest? Saria asked. Probably, Link said. Okay, Saria smiled. They walked towards the market, and the first thing they saw was something called Bomb Shoe Bowling. Oh god, no. Please no. No, pardon me. They walked inside the building and were greeted by an overly excited person, practically begged them to play their game. Hey, He's playing around his tail, he can win amazing prizes, and since you're new, I'll give you half off for a round. His voice started out as a yawn. Like, that's not in the book, or in the fanfiction. His voice actually started out as a yawn for me, so I had to keep that going. Is this what Hylians call a seizure? Sorry, asked Link. Probably. Link replied. Sorry, gonna play? The clerk asked after 10 seconds of silence. We don't have any rupees. Get out. The store clerk said without hesitation. She went from over-the-top excited to almost terrifying. Oh, that was the girl. Wow. What? Sorry, asked. Get out. The clerk yelled. Link grabbed Saria's arm and they were running out of the store. They decided to leave the market area for now. While Saria was looking for an inn, Link went to find rupees. He found a building full of pots and no one occupying it. He looked inside all the pots and collected all the rupees inside of them. He got a total of 31 rupees. Well, individual rupees. He didn't know which one was worth what. Oh my god. He had 14 green, so that's 14 just regular dollars. 5 blue, so that's 25, so 14 plus 25, which is 39. 8 red, and they're 20 each. That's 200. You know what? I'm gonna fact check this. I don't feel like it. So, whatever. 8 red and 4 purple. He was technically wealthy now, but he thought he only had 31. Thinking it was good anyway, he went to find Saria. Saria went looking at a map that she had found on a stand. It showed where she was, and it showed a symbol for inns. She had found one map towards the entrance of the town. She was walking towards it where the map showed an inn, was slightly bumped into familiar... Wait, what the heck? That's not a correct sentence. He showed her what rupees he had gathered, and she looked amazed. What is it? Link asked, but for some reason there's a period instead of a question mark. But whatever, we're letting it slide. How'd you find 398 rupees? Saria asked. I thought this was 31, Link said, embarrassed. Saria laughed and showed him the way to the inn. Saria asked for a room with 2 single beds. Oh, but all they had was a room with a double bed. Winkety wink. Saria blushed but took it anyways. She gave him the correct amount of rupees and they walked to the room. There's only 1 bed, Link pointed out the obvious. I know, they're out of rooms with 2 single beds, but I figured you'd be fine with it. Yeah, it's fine. Link blushed. Saria grabbed her bag and walked to the bathroom. Link laid down on the bed and closed his eyes. Right before he fell asleep, Saria walked back out in what seemed to be green pajamas, but Link wasn't too sure. Huh. Hey Link, Saria said, in the bowling whatever it's called, how did you connect to my mind without playing my song? Oh, I just thought of the song and played it in my head. I actually found out I could do that when you were rolling around in your sleep in the tent. I saw your nightmare, but I didn't want to say anything because I thought you'd be upset, so I woke you up and made you think you woke up yourself. Wow. Link said, acting like looking into someone's mind was normal. Yeah, oh, weird. Oh, well, I wouldn't care. Glad you found this out, though. It's gonna be helpful. Saria replied happily. She cuddled against him, kissed him, and went to bed. Good night. Good night. Link whispered back into her ear. Wow. Thank you for reading Chapter 3. This one was fun to write. I don't own any Legend of Zelda characters used ellipses, blah blah blah. Alright. Okay. So, that's the end of this fanfiction and probably the end of this podcast. Alright. Well, thank you so much for joining me on this mystical and magical adventure. of a podcast just without Dylan, just me by myself. I didn't think I could last an hour and 10 minutes. Jeez. Well, thank you so much. Have an awesome week. This has been Two Dudes with a Podcast with 50% less dude. It's just me. I'm Jeffrey. Goodbye. Wow. Have a great day.